Time to talk about camp battles. And yes, I know some people are like, there's not going to be a quarterback camp battle, but I'm talking about every position. Let's jump into it. What is up, Finn fans? Today, we are starting the series of Miami Dolphins 2021 position camp battles. Now, we're going through all the positions from quarterback all the way to safety, maybe even a punter, because maybe they'll bring in punter, but not kicker. Jason Sanders, the Sandman, is our boy. So we're going to go through every single position up until camp, which I think starts at the end of July, if I'm correct or not. But we're going to talk about a little thing, something beforehand, and then there's something after for comment of the day that a lot of you guys wanted me to address. It has to do with Colin Cowherd. You already know, so if you want to check that out, I got time stamped. If you don't want to listen to me ramble anymore, you probably already fast forward to the camp battle, and then right after that's comment of the day. But if you stuck around listening to me ramble, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to nobody, because I got Patreons to thank. I got members to thank. I got a Joshua Lucky. Thank you so much for joining the Patreon, brother. And I got 5 new members. Preston Farmer, Dave Conley Singer, Gibson Arstid. I hope I said your name right. I apologize. Bamboozle Hillman and Chad McKay. Thank you guys for so much for joining the Patreon and for joining the membership. You just hit that join button below. Also, be sure to check out patchvibes.com. Wearing one of their shirts. They got great shirts, patches, all that stuff. Check them out. Use the promo code DouglieDoW. You get yourself 20% off. And check out Miami Sports Music. Fantastic site and YouTube channel. If you know who Solo D is, you know about the way everything goes on over there. Go over, check it out. Ton of podcasts, all that stuff. So let's jump into this and talk first and foremost. We signed some rookies. Our 7th round picks in Larnell Coleman and Garrett Dokes, the running back. We signed them. And we signed all of our undrafted free agents, so they're going to be good to go. Training camp, rookie OTAs. Yeah, rookie mini camp, not OTAs, Doug. Starts today. You watching this on Friday, the 14th. I wish it was 13th. For my members and my patrons, you guys are watching this when I'm done recording it. That's this weekend, and then OTAs starts on the 24th. Every time I look at my calendar, I get blinded by my light, so there's that. So just real quick, 2 rookies got signed, and all of our undrafted free agents got signed. I expect all the rookies to get signed sooner or later. Now let's talk about what the title of the video is, and that we're going to talk about the position battle. We're talking about quarterback, right? We have Tua Tagovailoa, and it is pronounced Tagovailoa. I know it's T-A-G, but he even came out and said it's pronounced Tagovailoa. We're going to go down each of the positions and each of the players on this roster and quarterback, and I'm going to give you some stats, and I'm going to talk about it, right? Tua Tagovailoa went 6-3 last year, 64.1 completion percentage, threw for 1,814 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 interception, and a QB rating of 87.1. Then we have Jacoby Brissett, who we brought in on a 1-year contract. He's a 5-year player, 1 in New England, 4 with Indy. He went 12-20 as a starter, 59.6 completion percentage, threw for 6,459 yards, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and with a career passer rating of 60.2. And then we have Reed Sinnett, never started. He never ever started. There's no stats for Reed Sinnett. So we're looking at the quarterback battle position, and honestly, it's Tua's to lose. I don't want to say that they handed the keys to Tua, because I hate that. They did it with Tannehill for 7 years, never really brought him competition, and we all know how that ended up. So no, I honestly do think they will compete, but I honestly think it's Tua's job to lose. Jacoby Brissett will come in. He will take his 5 years expertise, and he will try his best to unseat Tua. But I honestly, in my personal opinion, I do not think it will happen. Now, forewarning you, and I'm forewarning you guys, Jacoby Brissett is probably going to take snaps with the first team. Tua is probably going to take some snaps with the second team. It happens. They need to have that continuity. God forbid someone gets injured. Not saying who, but God forbid someone gets injured. You want to have that familiarity with the first team and the second teamers. So, again, we're going to see Jacoby Brissett take snaps with the first team, and you're going to have people losing their mind. People are going to come up to me, told you, Doug, Brissett's taking snaps with the first team. What does that tell you? And I'm going to say, Jack, try to keep it PG, Doug. I think PG rating, I'm allowed to say, no, PG-13 rating, I'm allowed to say one curse throughout the whole thing, but I'm trying to keep this PG. It's going to happen. Just like with the whole Kenyon Drake and Balaj thing. Balaj taking all the first team snaps. Balaj taking all the first team snaps. What does this tell you? What does this tell you? And he sucked that year. So there will be some mix matching, right? Take a deep breath. It's going to happen. But honestly, I think it's Tua Tagovailoa's job to lose. I think he will be the starter, and I think he will be the starter for the entire season. I honestly think that regardless if he has a game where he struggled, he will not be pulled. He will not be benched because he doesn't have a guy behind him who knows the playbook better. He will not have a guy behind him who knows the scheme better because he actually knows the scheme. He knows the playbook better than Jacoby Brissett because Tua will have been in this scheme and this playbook and this offense for his second year. So no, I do not expect Tua to be pulled. And especially if you don't want, people to really be like, well, then you made a mistake by not taking blank, or you made a mistake by not trading for blank. You can't do it. So this is a very short camp battle because there is one, but there isn't one. Brian Flores came out and said, everyone's going to be competing. There's not one position that's not going to be competing, even though then he said that the offense is catered to Tua. I kept these two OCs specifically for Tua, is his exact words. It's Tua's job to lose. Now, we could talk to ad nauseum about what he did last year. There's people who dislike Tua who says he's a check down machine. He has no arm. He has no mobility. He can't read a defense. I've read the list, and it just makes me laugh when you see Super Bowl MVP and you see MVP Hall of Fame quarterbacks come out and say the opposite of that. When you watch it with your own eyeballs and see him break tackles against the Arizona Cardinals and, with his legs, or when he's throwing deep passes, some of them are dropped, Jakeem Grant. Horrible takes, just ignore it. But it's his job to lose. We'll see how he does. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this, and then we're going to get to comment of the day, because comment of the day involves Tua. But I'm going to displace and just try to get you guys to calm down about that as well. This is his year. This is the year for him to shut people up or to make them louder. If he comes out and he falls flat on his face and he sucks and he continues to do the same thing and he doesn't grow and he doesn't become better, those people who don't like him are just going to get louder and say, I told you so, and you're going to hear a lot of that, right? It's justified. But this is the year for him to shut him down. This is the year for him to shut him up. Because that's all you're hearing. Does Tua have it? Can Tua do it? He had a lackluster rookie year. If you compare him to Justin Herbert, he had a lackluster rookie year. He's hearing it. So he's working. So we'll see. I'm waiting and seeing. You guys know my motto: rather be surprised than let down. I'm expecting. A lot of people say, "Well, what would you want from Tua to be successful?" Double every stat except for interceptions. Give me 3,000, 3,500 passing yards. Give me about 25 to 30 touchdowns. About 8 interceptions. Give me, keep the completion percentage around 65%. Then I think it's successful. Regardless of what the overall record is, I think it's successful. Give me the double the stats, and I think it's successful. And I think that's growth, and we could build on that. But be sure to comment below. I know a lot of you guys have your opinions of Tua. I have my opinions of Tua. I have my film breakdown that some people think is super biased, and I only showed bad, even though in the first 5 minutes I talked about how he shouldn't have taken that sack from the Rams. But be sure to comment below. What do you guys think? Do you think Jacoby Brissett has a legit chance to become the starter, or do you think, like I said, this is Tua's team to lose? Be sure to comment below, and I'm gonna get to comment of the day. For comment of the day, Colin Cowherd came out and he did a little home video, and he talked about Tua, and he talked about the Dolphins, and he talked about the schedule and how the first 8 games are hard. And I've heard a lot of you guys also in my last video where I broke down the schedule said that this is one of the hardest schedules you've seen, which I don't. I heard the same thing last year with the 49ers and the Cardinals and the Rams and the Chargers. How are we going to beat these teams? Well, we beat them all. So he came out and he said some things, and we're going to react to it. And then I'm going to talk about Colin Cowherd. It's only what, a minute and a half video, and we'll react to it. This is what he had to say.
You know, one of the really interesting schedules is the Miami Dolphins. So Brian Flores keeps saying, hey, I love Tua. I got Tua's back. But you can't fool the players. First 8 weeks for the Dolphins, it's going to be Tua at Cam Newton and Belichick. Tua against Josh Allen and the Bills. Tua against Derek Carr in Vegas. Tua against Carson Wentz. Tua at Tom Brady. Tua at Trevor Lawrence. Tua against Matt Ryan. Tua at Buffalo and Josh Allen. He's going to look smaller. He's not going to have the arm. He's not as athletic. He doesn't have the, pre-snap excellence right now.
Well, let me finish that. I paused too quick. Let me finish that.
Of a Matt Ryan or a Tom Brady. Those first 8 weeks, he's going to be the second best quarterback in 8 games. Good luck selling to that Miami Dolphin locker room, Tua. That is a rough 8 games with star quarterbacks. Your break is at Trevor Lawrence. 6'6", huge arm. Dolphin players will be able to watch him. And you're going to be selling me that Tua is the guy. A little small, not a big arm, not real mobile. You can keep telling me he's the guy. But at some point, players are going to go, I'm watching Brady and I'm watching Josh Allen twice. And I'm watching Trevor Lawrence. You got a lot of great quarterbacks. Big arms, big mobility, big athletes. Good luck, Tua.
So that's his take, right? The first 8 games, our team is going to be looking on the sideline and watching these opposite quarterbacks do better than Tua, right? Is that Tua's fault, or is that our defense's fault that we'll let the opposing quarterbacks do better? But he names quarterbacks, right? Cam Newton. Cam Newton did horrible. Both times he played us, right? First time he played the Dolphins, he didn't do too swift. It wasn't really him that beat the Dolphins. And the second time he played the Dolphins, he didn't throw a touchdown or an interception. They didn't even score a touchdown. Tua ran 2 touchdowns in, right? Derek Carr, right? If it wasn't for 2 PIs, one of them that wasn't called and the one of them that was called, I wouldn't say that he did much better than Tua, except for just tossing it up to Waller. And, you're comparing Tua to Tom Brady, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, 6-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, and Matt Ryan. Right, Josh Allen's Josh Allen. I'll give Josh Allen all the credit he deserves. Not going to touch that with 10-foot pole. And then you're Trevor Lawrence, right? A rookie. And every time we compare these guys, look at Tua versus this rookie. Look at Tua. Tua did better than Justin Herbert against the Chargers than Justin Herbert did against the Dolphins. But Justin Herbert had a better season overall. That's what I'm talking about, because I know the comment's coming. So Colin Cowherd goes down and he makes this. He's going to be the second best quarterback for 8 games. Sure. And what if he's not? What if he's not Colin Cowherd? What if Tua plays better? What if our defense shuts them down and our offense, with all this speed on it, all of a sudden opens it up and Tua actually plays much better? We beat the Patriots week 1. We have a solid game against the Bills. Beat them. Or we don't. I don't know yet. Raiders. We already beat the Raiders. Like, what if? So, a lot of you guys sent this video to me and wanted me to talk about it. A lot of you guys were like, you got to address this, Doug. And I want to say this. When it comes to Colin Cowherd, don't listen to him. Plain and simple. Just don't listen to him. And you're like, well, Doug, it's not necessarily fair, though. It kind of is. Because I don't know who's worse that takes, Colin Cowherd or Skip Bayless. because I would like to read you a tweet from January 15th of 2019 from Colin Cowherd himself. Adam Gase plus Greg Williams plus Sam Darnold. Anyone knows where I can pre-order my 2020 AFC Championship tickets at MetLife Stadium? I'm just gonna let that soak in there for you while I scratch my face. He said that. And there's also a video out there of him going off on Joe Burrow. The quote says, Joe Burrow is not a great prospect. He's a great story. It is remarkable to me when we dismiss stuff that matters. Arm, maturity, Wonderlic, hand size, it all matters. In this video, he essentially says that Joe Burrow is not a great prospect, and he probably shouldn't be the first overall pick because he's tiny hands. He doesn't have that great of an arm. He's got a horrible Wonderlic, and he's not mature. So he's not that great of a prospect. Now, comment below. Do you think Joe Burrow is a good prospect? Before he got injured, do you think Joe Burrow was on pace to play a very good rookie season? Because I hear it all the time when people compare Tua to him, but Colin Cowherd didn't think so. So again, when it comes to Colin Cowherd's takes, and this is just 3, I've tried to pick football takes. The man has horrible basketball, baseball. He is just a clickbaity machine where he just wants people to watch his videos just to hear the stupid things he says. And then if he's wrong, he comes out and he says, oh, I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan. Look at when I said this, and I've always been a fan about this. He also said that the Cleveland Browns were going to be first place and the Ravens were going to be second place. So, and this wasn't just last year, it was the year before he said that. So again, when it comes to what Colin Cowherd had to say, just don't listen to him. Let actions speak. I don't even know. Speak louder than words. Thank you, Doug. I had to, my inner Doug had to be like, actions speak louder than words. And I'm like, thanks, inner Doug. Actions speak louder than words. Let Tua's play on the field either shut people up or confirm their beliefs. That's what I'm doing. I read comments consistently from people who absolutely hate the kid. I don't know why. And just, he sucks. We should have drafted Herbert. We should have done this. Why aren't we trading for Watson? We should trade for Aaron Rodgers. All these things. We'll see. I give it till week 8, week 9. Either people are going to shut up or they're going to get real loud. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a ton of content planned for you guys. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Next, we're going to be talking about running backs in the camp position battle. This one's a little bit more important because we got a few running backs. Who's going to make the roster? Who's going to be the important guy? All that good stuff. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.